Programming on WCS-TV Channel 180 is made possible in part through donations from your McMinnville State Farm agents Lee Holland, Norm Barnes, Neil Helton, and Bill Sackman.
Tonight we have with us Pastor Jeff Owens. He's the pastor at the First Baptist Church to say our invitation. And Jeff, if you come to the podium, please.
Would you bow with me? Heavenly Father, we come into your presence on this beautiful evening. We thank you for the blessings that you have bestowed upon us. God, the very word commission implies, Lord, there is a very special task laid before these men and women who lead and oversee the oversight of this county government here in Warren County, God. We pray that you would direct them, you would give them wisdom and discernment in making decisions for the residents that live here. Lord, that you would continue to bless our community with prosperity and with jobs and opportunities, Lord, for every one of us to thrive and grow and make this a great place to live, to worship, to play. Lord, we also want to be reminded, Lord, that today is National Peace Officers Memorial Day, placed into our federal memorial, Lord, by President Kennedy decades ago. We want to be in our thought and our prayers, Lord, for those that have lost loved ones, especially those this past year, over 135 men and women who gave their lives in the line of duty, protecting and serving our communities. Lord, be with our local law enforcement here. Be with those that serve in the state and federal level as well. And Father, we just want to thank you for those that are willing to stand in the gap, Lord, as they serve our community. Lord, be with us this evening, and Lord, be in charge, ultimately, of what takes place tonight. In Christ's name we pray.
Thank you, Jeff. Salute. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Well, tonight, we may have to turn these down. We have our intercoms working, so you can use them tonight. Would you please call the roll, Lisa?
Terry Bell.
Here.
Morris Bond.
Here.
Carl D. Bolden.
Here.
Carl E. Bolden.
Here.
Teddy Boyd.
Here.
Carlene Brown.
Here.
Wayne Copeland.
Here.
Randy England.
Here.
Ron Lee.
Here.
Gary Martin.
Here.
Michael Martin.
Here.
Carolyn Miller.
Here.
Charles Morgan.
Here.
Gary Prater.
Here.
David Ray.
Here.
Kenny Roberts.
Here.
Scott Rubley.
Here.
Tommy Savage.
Here.
Tyrone Sparkman.
Here.
Diane Starkey.
Here.
Philip Stout. Blaine Wiltshire.
Here.
Michael Shane Wiltshire.
Here.
23 present.
We have 23 present tonight. Of course, we're missing one that has resigned. The chair would entertain a motion to approve the docket. Motion by Commissioner Bond, second by Commissioner David Ray. Anybody want to speak to the motion? All in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed likewise. The docket's set. I'm sure all of you have received your minutes. Are there any additions or corrections?
Motion approved and dispense with reading.
Okay, I have a motion to approve the minutes and dispense of reading. Is there a second? Second by Commissioner Starkey. Anybody want to speak to the motion? All in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed likewise. Motion passes. Tonight, we have a public comment by Mayor Jimmy Haley. It's on city and county unity, and Mayor Haley, for the commission, they passed a resolution back that we have a 2-minute time limit, so you may proceed.
County Executive Wells, and members of the County Commission. Governance in these political times is rather difficult and a challenge. The rural communities are especially hard pressed as urban centers grow and they take crucial tax dollars and representation away from us. As elected officials representing a voting constituency, our proven leadership does matter. The 110th General Assembly just finished a historic session. Tax cuts were made, record surpluses created because of the efforts. Representative Judd Matheny, over $500,000 more dollars will be returned to Warren County for transportation needs. Additional funding above the original provisions of the Improve Act. Unfortunately, even though the economy is strong, our governor did not include money for our local driver's license center in his budget. Senator Bowling's amendment to fund this measure failed in committee in the last few weeks of the session. But we did get the new revenue coming to the county much above what we expected. Despite what has transpired, I think we all agree our citizens deserve this valuable state service. They all expect us to find a solution. As you know, I work diligently to secure proper funding to keep the driver's license open and in its place. Together, we found the funds to keep that facility open, and together we can make it happen again. All is not lost. I was on the phone with Commissioner Perkey today, and he and leadership in the Senate are still exploring funding mechanisms within the current budget. I'm planning a meeting with the governor soon. Our quest continues, and every option will be explored. We cannot give up hope. We have to develop a plan for local funding. We can do it. We did it before. We're not quitters. We're all committed to serve the citizens we represent. The taxpayers expect no less from us. Remember, we are one people, one community, and one county. And I know that I can depend upon you for support. Together we can build a better tomorrow. Together we can make anything happen. So thank you.
Thank you, Jimmy. We will move on to our elected officials department reports. First on the list is Finance, Ms. Hillis.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. There should be a copy of the Finance Department's report in your packet. If you have any questions, I'll try to answer them at this time.
Move to adopt.
Motion by Commissioner Bell, second by Commissioner Miller. Anybody want to speak to the motion? All in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed likewise. Motion passes. Highway Department, Superintendent Glenn.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Chairman, ladies and gentlemen of the court. You have my report. If there's any questions, I'll go next.
Motion to approve. Motion by Commissioner Gary Prater, second by Commissioner Tyrone Sparkman. Anybody want to speak to the motion? All in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed likewise. Motion passes. Thank you, Levy.
Thank you.
Sanitation Department, Steve Hillis.
Mr. Chairman, ladies and gentlemen of the county court, you should have a copy of my report being placed on the
Motion.
Motion by Commissioner Boyd, second by Commissioner Gary Martin. Anybody want to speak to the motion? All in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed likewise. Motion passes. Thank you, Steve. Sheriff's Department, Sheriff Matheny.
Mr. Chairman, members of the court, good evening. If you have any questions, be glad to try to answer them.
Motion to approve. Motion by Commissioner Boyd, second. Second by Commissioner Carl D. Bolden. Anybody want to speak to the motion? All in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed likewise. Motion passes. Thank you, Jackie. Warren County Schools, Bobby tonight already had obligations, but you have his report. If you have any questions, I'll be glad to take them and give them to him. If not, I'll entertain a motion to approve. Motion by Commissioner Ron Lee to approve, second by Commissioner Starkey. Anybody want to speak to the motion? All in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed likewise. Motion passes. Move on to our committee reports. First on the list is Budget and Finance, Commissioner Bell.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. All I have to report is Budget and Finance will start looking at some of our budgets tomorrow at 4 o'clock. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Buildings and Grounds, Carl E. Bolden.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Building Grounds has nothing to report. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Economic and Agricultural Development, Commissioner Lee.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Economic and Agriculture Development has nothing to report at this time.
Thank you. Education, Commissioner Starkey.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Education has nothing to report at this time.
Thank you. Financial Management, Ms. Hillis.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Financial Management has nothing to report at this time.
Thank you. Health and Welfare, Commissioner Michael Martin.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Health and Welfare have not reported this time.
Thank you. Highway and Bridge, Commissioner Prater.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. The mowers are running every day now in each district around and about, so if you see something that hasn't been mowed yet, they're on the way. Thank you.
Thank you. Policy and Personnel, I call on Committee Member Tommy Savage.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Policy and Personnel has nothing to report at this time.
Thank you, sir. Safety, Commissioner Boyd.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Safety has nothing to report at this time.
Thank you. We'll move into our special committee reports. First on the list is County Corrections Partnership Committee, Commissioner Bond.
Mr. Chairman, County Correction Partnership Committee has nothing to report at this time.
Thank you. Redistricting Committee, Commissioner Michael Martin.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. This committee have not reported this time.
Thank you. We have no old business. Move into our new business. Item 1 is Commissioner Michael Martin.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Resolution number 72017, a resolution authority submit a application for a litter grant and trash collection grant from the Tennessee Department of Transportation and authority to accept a city grant. I so move.
I have a motion and a second. Second by Commissioner Carl E. Bolden. Anybody want to speak to the motion? Call a roll, please, Lisa.
Terry Bell,
Yes.
Morris Bond,
Yes.
Carl D. Bolden,
Yes.
Carl E. Bolden,
Yes.
Teddy Boyd,
Yes.
Carleen Brown,
Yes.
Wayne Copeland,
Yes.
Randy England,
Yes.
Ron Lee,
Yes.
Gary Martin,
Yes.
Michael Martin,
Yes.
Carolyn Miller,
Yes.
Charles Morgan,
Yes.
Gary Prater,
Yes.
David Ray,
Yes.
Kenny Roberts,
Yes.
Scott Ruble,
Yes.
Tommy Savage,
Yes.
Tyrone Spartman,
Yes.
Diane Starkey,
Yes.
Philip Stout, Lane Wiltshire,
Yes.
Michael Shane Wiltshire.
Yes.
Anyone want to change their vote? 23 yes.
Motion passes 23-0. Item 2, Commissioner Tommy Savage.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. This is resolution number 8-2017. It's a resolution of the legislative body of Warren County, Tennessee, to adopt a public records policy for Warren County government. Whereas Tennessee Code Annotated 10-7-503G 2016, Public Chapter 722, requires county entities to adopt a public records policy by July 1st, 2017. And whereas Tennessee Code Annotated 8-4604A4 2016, Public Chapter 722, requires the Office of Open Record Counsel, the OORC, to establish a model public records policy. And whereas the OORC model public records policy requires county entities to make certain selections under the policy. And whereas Warren County desires to adopt the OORC's model public records policy with the necessary selections. Now therefore be it resolved by the legislative body of Warren County, Tennessee, meeting in regular sessions in McMinnville, Tennessee on this 15th day of May 2017 as follows. Section 1, that the model public records policy developed by the OORC with the selections and revisions chosen by the Warren County is attached to this resolution and is hereby adopted as a public records policy for Warren County. Section 2, that the county entities may adopt separate policies or, by default, accept this policy as the public records policy for the entity. Unless a separate policy is adopted by a county entity, this policy shall apply to each county entity. And Section 3, that this resolution shall take effect July 1st, 2017, the welfare of the county requiring it. The Policy and Personnel met on April 23rd to consider the final draft of the public records policy and associated forms, which are based on the model documents provided by the state. The committee voted 4-0 to recommend adoption of the policy by the full commission. Mr. Chairman, I'd like to put this in the form of a motion, and I so move.
I have a motion. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Commissioner Shane Wilcher. Anybody want to speak to the motion? Call the roll, please, Lisa.
Terry Bell,
Yes.
Morris Bond,
Yes.
Carl D. Bolden,
Yes.
Carl E. Bolden,
Yes.
Teddy Boyd,
Yes.
Carleen Brown,
Yes.
Wayne Copeland,
Yes.
Randy England,
Yes.
Ron Lee,
Yes.
Gary Martin,
Yes.
Michael Martin,
Yes.
Carolyn Miller,
Yes.
Charles Morgan,
Yes.
Gary Prater,
Yes.
David Ray,
Yes.
Kenny Roberts,
Yes.
Scott Ruble,
Yes.
Tommy Savage,
Yes.
Tyrone Sparkman,
Yes.
Diane Starkey,
Yes.
Philip Stout, Blaine Wiltshire,
Yes.
Michael Shane Wiltshire.
Yes.
Anyone want to change their vote? 23 yes.
23-0, motion passes. Item 3, Commissioner Tommy Savage.
This is resolution number 9-2017, a resolution to revise the supplemental guidelines of building construction standards specific to the Warren County, Tennessee, as adopted December 15, 2014. Whereas through passage of a resolution number 44-2014 on December 15, 2014, the legislative body of Warren County, Tennessee, adopted supplemental guidelines of building construction standards specific to Warren County, Tennessee regarding the International Residential Code for one and two family dwellings 2012 edition with the specified amendments. The International Energy Conservation Code 2009 edition, the International Building Code 2012 edition, the International Mechanical Code 2012 edition, the International Plumbing Code 2012 edition, the International Fuel Gas Code 2012 edition, and the International Fire Code 2012 edition, which were incorporated as Addendum 1 into said resolution. And whereas in an effort to fairly and effectively serve the citizens of Warren County, Tennessee, it has become necessary to revise said guidelines to include Section 2A, which reads as follows: the stated total cost of construction shall not be less than 60% of square foot construction cost table of the International Code Council Building Valuation Data, February 2011. And whereas a copy of revised supplemental guidelines of building construction standards specific to Warren County, Tennessee regarding the International Residential Code for one and two family dwellings 2012 edition with specified amendments, the International Energy Conservation Code 2009 edition, the International Building Code 2012 edition, the International Mechanical Code 2012 edition, the International Plumbing Code 2012 edition, the International Fuel Gas Code 2012 edition, and the International Fire Code 2012 edition. It is attached hereto and made part of this resolution. Now therefore be it resolved by the Warren County Legislative Body meeting in regular session in McMinnville, Tennessee on this 15th day of May 2017 as follows. Section 1, that the supplemental guidelines of building construction standards specific to Warren County, Tennessee as adopted on December 15, 2014 be hereby revised, and that a copy of the revised guidelines be attached hereto and made part of this resolution, and that this resolution shall take effect from and after its passage, the welfare of the county requiring it. The Policy and Personnel Committee met on April 11th to consider this revision and the current building construction standards. The committee voted 3-0 to recommend this revision. Mr. Chairman, I'd like to put this in the form of a motion, and I so move.
I have a motion as a second. Second by Commissioner Carleen Brown. Anybody want to speak to the motion? Call the roll, please, Lisa.
Terry Bell,
Yes.
Morris Bond.
Yes.
Carl D. Bolden,
Yes.
Carl E. Bolden,
Yes.
Teddy Boyd,
Yes.
Carleen Brown,
Yes.
Wayne Copeland,
Yes.
Randy England,
Yes.
Ron Lee,
Yes.
Gary Martin,
Yes.
Michael Martin,
Yes.
Carolyn Miller,
Yes.
Charles Morgan,
Yes.
Gary Prater,
Yes.
David Ray,
Yes.
Kenny Roberts,
Yes.
Scott Ruble,
Yes.
Tommy Savage,
Yes.
Tyrone Sparkman,
Yes.
Diane Starkey,
Yes.
Philip Stout, Blaine Wiltshire,
Yes.
Michael Shane Wiltshire.
Yes.
Anyone want to change their vote? 23 yes.
Motion passes 23-0. Item 5, Commissioner Terry Bell.
Mr. Chairman, this is item number 4, Warren County Schools General Purpose Fund 141 Budget Amendment Number 2. Budget and Finance Committee, Financial Management and Education all approved this expenditure, and the major expenditory contracts with private agencies was in his budget but need to be in a different area. And the $49,900 was the Megatronics program, and the rest of it is just to clean up some accounts, and I so move.
I have a motion as a second. Second by Commissioner Savage. Anybody want to speak to the motion? Call the roll, please.
Terry Bell,
Yes.
Morris Bond.
Yes.
Carl D. Bolden,
Yes.
Carl E. Bolden,
Yes.
Teddy Boyd,
Yes.
Carleen Brown,
Yes.
Wayne Copeland,
Yes.
Randy England,
Yes.
Ron Lee,
Yes.
Gary Martin,
Yes.
Michael Martin,
Yes.
Carolyn Miller,
Yes.
Charles Morgan,
Yes.
Gary Prater,
Yes.
David Ray,
Yes.
Kenny Roberts,
Yes.
Scott Ruble,
Yes.
Tommy Savage,
Yes.
Tyrone Sparkman,
Yes.
Diane Starkey,
Yes.
Philip Stout, Blaine Wiltshire,
Yes.
Michael Shane Wiltshire.
Yes.
Anyone want to change their vote? 23 yes.
Motion passes 23-0. Item 6,
This is Budget Amendment GFFY 1617-6. This is a budget amendment to the general fund,
I'm sorry.
and it's to cover our ankle bracelets, and I so move.
I have a motion to approve. I got that second by Commissioner Carl E. Bolden. Anybody want to speak to the motion? Call the roll, please.
Terry Bell,
Yes.
Morris Bond,
Yes.
Carl D. Bolden,
Yes.
Carl E. Bolden,
Yes.
Teddy Boyd,
Yes.
Carleen Brown,
Yes.
Wayne Copeland,
Yes.
Randy England,
Yes.
Ron Lee,
Yes.
Gary Martin,
Yes.
Michael Martin,
Yes.
Carolyn Miller,
Yes.
Charles Morgan,
Yes.
Gary Prater,
Yes.
David Ray,
Yes.
Kenny Roberts,
Yes.
Scott Ruble,
Yes.
Tommy Savage,
Yes.
Tyrone Sparkman,
Yes.
Diane Starkey,
Yes.
Philip Stout, Blaine Wiltshire,
Yes.
Michael Shane Wiltshire.
Yes.
Anyone want to change their vote? 23 yes.
Motion passes 23-0. Item 6, Commissioner Bell.
Mr. Chairman, this is amendment to the Ambulance Service Fund budget, amendment number AFFY 1617-1. It's just an increase in the patient charges and an increase in the data services to clean up account, and I so move.
Got a motion by Commissioner Bell, second by Commissioner Lee. Anybody want to speak to the motion? Call the roll, please, Lisa.
Terry Bell,
Yes.
Morris Bond,
Yes.
Carl D. Bolden,
Yes.
Carl E. Bolden,
Yes.
Teddy Boyd,
Yes.
Carleen Brown,
Yes.
Wayne Copeland,
Yes.
Randy England,
Yes.
Ron Lee,
Yes.
Gary Martin,
Yes.
Michael Martin,
Yes.
Carolyn Miller,
Yes.
Charles Morgan,
Yes.
Gary Prater,
Yes.
David Ray,
Yes.
Kenny Roberts,
Yes.
Scott Ruble,
Yes.
Tommy Savage,
Yes.
Tyrone Spartman,
Yes.
Diane Starkey.
Yes.
Philip Stout. Blaine Wiltshire,
Yes.
Michael Shane Wiltshire.
Yes.
Anyone want to change their vote? 23 yes.
Motion passed 23 to 0. Item number 7, Commissioner Bell.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. This is an amendment to our debt service fund, DSF FY 1617-1, and it's just moving around some money that was in our budget, and I so move.
I have a motion as a second. Second by Commissioner David Ray. Anybody want to speak to the motion? Call the roll, please, Lisa.
Terry Bell,
Yes.
Morris Bond,
Yes.
Carl D. Bolden,
Yes.
Carl E. Bolden,
Yes.
Teddy Boyd,
Yes.
Carleen Brown,
Yes.
Wayne Copeland,
Yes.
Randy England,
Yes.
Ron Lee,
Yes.
Gary Martin,
Yes.
Michael Martin,
Yes.
Carolyn Miller, Charles Morgan,
Yes.
Gary Prater,
Yes.
David Ray,
Yes.
Kenny Roberts,
Yes.
Scott Ruble,
Yes.
Tommy Savage,
Yes.
Tyrone Spartman,
Yes.
Diane Starkey,
Yes.
Philip Stout, Blaine Wiltshire,
Yes.
Michael Shane Wiltshire.
Yes.
Anyone want to change their vote? 23.
Motion passes 23 to 0. Item 8 is I will preside over the appointment of a District 3 Commissioner. I know all of you received this, but just for the qualifications, just to go over this, each person nominated shall reside within and be a qualified voter of the district they represent. Each person nominated must be at least 18 years of age. Each person nominated must be a United States citizen. Each person nominated must be a resident of Tennessee. Each person nominated must be a resident of his or her district and must reside in that district for the entirety of his or her service as a commissioner. Do any of you, nominations, they may be submitted by any registered voter of Warren County or voters. These nominations may be submitted to the county executive in writing or in person tonight. Does anyone have one that they'd like to submit or whatever?
Mr. Chairman.
Yes, hold on just a second. No, hold on just a second. Does anybody have any that they'd like to submit? Well, I do have one that was submitted to me. It says, Dear Mr. Wells, I would like to submit a name for District 3 Commissioner to finish the term of Ken Martin. I would like to place in nomination Mr. Richard Grissom. Mr. Grissom is of high moral character and well respected in the community. I think Mr. Grissom would be an asset to the Warren County Commission. Best regards, Ken Martin. So,
Mr. Chairman, do we need a second for that?
no. Because all nominations have come from the court, and we do not require a second. Okay, anybody that is nominated has to come from this court. When they are nominated, we will list your name. After all nominations are in, then we will start the roll call. First roll call will be A to Z, and next will be Z to A, and we will go up and down like we've always done. And in case of ties, what we'll have on the first call, if whoever's first, or if we tie first, whoever's second, they'll be in the runoff. If we have two tie for second and one for first, and we don't get the required 12 votes, then those three people will be in the runoff. It's whoever's first and second if we do not get the required 12 votes, since we only have 23 standing commissioners at this time. And anybody that passes or whatever You will be given, at the end of the roll call, a chance to change your vote. If you pass or abstain, then if you still don't change, it will go into the books as a no vote. Anybody got any questions?
Mr. Chairman?
Yes.
I've got a question. I know I sent in a couple of weeks ago a request for all the candidates to speak. Is that possible?
That will be allowed.
Thank you.
Anybody got any other questions? The floor is now open for nominations.
Mr. Chairman,
Yes, Mr. Prater.
I also would like to nominate Richard Grissom. I know you already have, but I would like to officially.
We
Mr.
have
Chairman,
Richard Grissom. Yes, Commissioner Brown.
I would like to nominate Mr. Barry Medley.
Barry Medley has been nominated.
I'd like to nominate Joseph Stotts.
Joseph Stotts has been nominated.
Mr. Chairman, I'd like to nominate Johnny Newby.
Johnny Newby has been nominated.
Mr. Chairman, there'll be a time limit on how long the candidates can speak.
There will be. Any other nominations?
Mr. Chairman, I make a motion that we cease nominations.
I have a motion that we cease nominations. Is there a second? Second by Commissioner Boyd. Anybody want to speak to this motion? All in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed likewise. Everybody knows now who's nominated. Now, on each round, you only get one yes vote. One yes vote is all you get.
Richard Grissom, Barry Medley, Joseph Stotts,
Okay, we have Richard Grissom, Barry Medley, Joseph Stotts, and Johnny Newby. And we will start with Richard Grissom. Call the roll, please. Hold on. Okay, hold it. I want to give y'all a chance. If y'all, all four of you would just come down to the front of the microphone, or behind it, rather. Okay, if y'all would, I'm going to give you a minute, each one of you, and just tell kind of a little bit about yourself, where you work, what you do, why you want to be on the commission, what your name is, and just general talk. So, Richard, you're up first.
Good evening, Mr. Chairman, Commissioners. Thanks for having me tonight. My name is Richard Grissom. I live in District 3. Born and raised in Warren County, and I love my community. My children are in the public school systems. My wife works in Warren County. I work in Coffee County now. I'm the manager of U.S. Bank in Coffee County. But I've always loved Warren County, and I always will. And I think that I would do a great job. And I know I could learn from a lot of these fine folks here in this room tonight. And I would appreciate your consideration very kind. Thank you.
Thank you, Richard. Second is Mr. Medley.
Thank you, Manager Richard Wells, member of the commission. My name is Barry Medley, I'm 67 years old, born and raised in Warren County. My education at McMinnville City High School, University of Tennessee, got an industrial management degree. I got a master's of business administration from Samford University, Birmingham, and a JD degree from Cumberland School of Law. Served under the United States Coast Guard. I practiced law in Warren County for 40 years. For 16 years was a general sessions judge. The reason I would like to represent the 3rd District is that I think I have a unique blend of education and experience that will make a positive impact on our community. Some areas of interest I have specifically for education, legal issues, economic development, and budget issues. I seek each of your support. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Next is Mr. Newby.
I'd like to take this opportunity to thank each and every one of you, especially Mr. Chairman. I've been born and raised in this county. I've lived in it all of my life. I lived in the area, 3rd District, for 28 years. I ran a business in that district. I work about 80 employees. I'm also the pastor of First Baptist Smart. I prayed about this, and God has laid on my heart to throw my name in here. I will do the best job I can. I will give y'all each and every spare moment I can. But my main goal is to put God first in everything I do. And that's all I have to say.
Thank you. Mr. Stotts.
My name is Joseph Stotts. It's been an honor over the course of the last couple of weeks to reach out to several folks on the commission seeking support for the seat in the 3rd District. I grew up in the 3rd District. You know, like the other folks have just said before me tonight, you know, I love Warren County. This is where I grew up. This is where I'm going to raise my children. The reason why I want to get involved is because I want to be a leader in my community. You know, I desire to set a good example for my children. I would like to be involved in the decision-making processes in the county. I'm very interested in education. My background is in healthcare. I have 15 years experience working in healthcare, working with people, solving problems. My background is I'm a therapist, a master's level therapist. And so I would love to bring a very basic, common sense approach to the commission. And I would enjoy working with everybody here. And I think it's something that's been an inspiration.
Thank you, sir. Okay, first on the list would be Richard Grissom. Would you please call the roll, please?
Terry Bell,
Yes.
Morris Bond,
No.
Carl D. Bolden,
Yes.
Carl E. Bolden,
No.
Teddy Boyd,
No.
Carleen Brown,
No.
Wayne Copeland,
No.
Randy England,
No.
Ron Lee,
No.
Gary Martin,
No.
Michael Martin,
No.
Carolyn Miller,
Yes.
Charles Morgan,
No.
Gary Prater,
Yes.
David Ray,
No.
Kenny Roberts,
Yes.
Scott Ruble,
No.
Tommy Savage,
Yes.
Tyrone Sparkman,
No.
Diane Starkey,
No.
Philip Stout, Blaine Wiltshire,
No.
Michael Shane Wiltshire.
Pass.
Anyone want to change their vote?
Okay. We had 6 yes, 16 noes, and 1 pass. Okay, we'll move right on. You got that? You got that? Okay, we'll move right on to Mr. Medley. Would you please call the roll, please, Lisa?
Michael Shane Wiltshire,
Pass.
Blaine Wiltshire,
No.
Philip Stout,
No.
Diane Starkey,
Yes.
Tyrone Sparkman,
Yes.
Tommy Savage,
No.
Scott Ruble,
No.
Kenny Roberts,
Pass.
David Ray,
No.
Gary Prater,
No.
Charles Morgan,
Yes.
Carolyn Miller,
Pass.
Michael Martin,
Yes.
Gary Martin,
Yes.
Ron Lee,
Yes.
Randy England,
No.
Wayne Copeland,
No.
Carleen Brown,
Yes.
Teddy Boyd,
No.
Carl E. Bolden,
Yes.
Carl D. Bolden,
No.
Morris Bond,
Yes.
Terry Bell.
No.
Anyone want to change their vote?
We had 9 yes, 11 no's, 3 pass. Mr. Newby, would you please call the roll, please? I'm sorry, Mr. Stotts, I'm sorry.
Terry Bell,
No.
Morris Bond,
No.
Carl D. Bolden,
No.
Carl E. Bolden,
No.
Teddy Boyd,
No.
Carleen Brown,
No.
Wayne Copeland,
No.
Randy England,
No.
Ron Lee,
No.
Gary Martin,
No.
Michael Martin,
No.
Carolyn Miller,
Pass.
Charles Morgan,
No.
Gary Prater,
No.
David Ray,
Pass.
Kenny Roberts,
Pass.
Scott Ruble,
No.
Tommy Savage,
No.
Tyrone Sparkman,
No.
Diane Starkey,
No.
Philip Stout,
Yes.
Blaine Wiltshire,
Yes.
Michael Shane Wiltshire.
Yes.
Okay, we had 3 yeses, 17 no's, and 3 passes. Now, Mr. Newby. Would you please call the roll, Lisa?
Michael Shane Wiltshire,
Excuse me, is this for newbie?
Yes.
Pass.
Blaine Wiltshire,
Pass.
Philip Stout, Diane Starkey,
No.
Tyrone Sparkman,
No.
Tommy Savage,
No.
Scott Ruble,
Yes.
Kenny Roberts,
Pass.
David Ray,
Yes.
Gary Prater,
Pass.
Charles Morgan,
No.
Carolyn Miller,
Pass.
Michael Martin,
No.
Gary Martin,
No.
Ron Lee,
Pass.
Randy England,
Yes.
Wayne Copeland,
No.
Carleen Brown,
No.
Teddy Boyd,
Yes.
Carl E. Bolden,
Yes.
Carl D. Bolden,
Pass.
Morris Bond,
No.
Terry Bell.
No.
Does anyone want to change their vote?
Carl E. Bolden, you had 2 yeses. You voted for Johnny and Barry Medley too, so do what?
Dickenberry.
Stick, but take the one off of Mr. Newby, okay? Okay, we had 4 yes votes, 11 no's, and 7 passes. So,
8 passes, I'm sorry. I've got 8 passes. 8 passes.
8 passes. Okay, our 2 that we'll have will be Mr. Grissom and Mr. Medley. So, Mr. Grissom will be first, so call roll, please, Lisa.
Terry Bell,
Yes.
Morris Bond,
No.
Carl D. Bolden,
Yes.
Carl E. Bolden,
Yes.
Teddy Boyd,
Yes.
Carleen Brown,
No.
Wayne Copeland,
Yes.
Randy England,
Yes.
Ron Lee,
Pass.
Gary Martin,
No.
Michael Martin,
No.
Carolyn Miller,
Yes.
Charles Morgan,
No.
Gary Prater,
Yes.
David Ray,
Yes.
Kenny Roberts,
Yes.
Scott Ruble,
Yes.
Tommy Savage,
Yes.
Tyrone Sparkman,
No.
Diane Starkey,
Yes.
Philip Stout, Blaine Wiltshire,
Yes.
Michael Shane Wiltshire.
Yes.
Anyone want to change their vote?
I do. I messed up on that.
Okay.
I want that to be a no.
No? Okay. We can do that.
Sir,
Grissom.
voting on Grissom. Did you vote yes? Use that. Grissom. Yeah. What'd you say, Philip? I can't, use that microphone, I can't hear you. Yes. You, turn it on, you don't have it turned on.
Yes.
You voted no?
No, but I'm going to change to yes.
Yes.
Mr. Herschel, I want to change mine. Vote
Okay.
For no.
Okay. Carl E.
Carl E., right. Does anyone else want to change their vote?
Anybody else want to change the vote?
Okay.
That's what I got. Is that what you got? 1481? Okay, go ahead through the next one.
What?
14 yes, 8 no, 1 pass.
Okay, we got 14 yes, 8 no, and 1 pass, so that means that Mr. Grissom will be our new commissioner. So, Richard, after the meeting, if you'll come up to my office, we'll swear you in. Thanks all of you for voting. Item 9 will be County Executive presents a revised listing of committee assignments. You have those. And I would entertain a motion to approve. Motion by Commissioner Lee, second by Commissioner Sparkman. Anybody want to speak to the motion? All in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed likewise. Motion passes. Item 10, County Clerk Lisa Scott.
This is the list for the notaries. Amy Simmons, Delina Calvert, Michelle L. Myers, Angela Lynn McCormick, Christy Tanner, Leslie E. Hayes, and Carolyn Meacham.
Motion by Commissioner Bond, second by Commissioner Blaine Wiltshire. Anybody want to speak to the motion? All in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed likewise. Motion passes. Under announcements, any of you committees, if you want to call a meeting without the chairman, it takes at least a majority of that committee. If you got 10 on the committee, it takes 6. If you have 5, it takes 3. And those 3, they have to either call the office separate, email the office separate, or come by the office so that we can have it down that what 3 did it and we saw them and see them, or we've got their personal email. And then Blaine Wiltshire would like to make us talk about the Habitat House.
Thank you, Chairman. This Saturday is the elected officials' day at the Habitat House. It's on N. Smith Street. That's on the old Morrison Highway, correct? And I think they've got an address now. I think it's, well, I don't want to say, but look for the construction. And Gary's going to provide the barbecue, so we know we'll eat good. Come all day or half a day. Come and do what you can. We appreciate it.
Thank you. Motion to adjourn. Motion by Commissioner Bond, second by Commissioner Gary Martin. All in favor say aye.
Programming on WCS-TV is made possible in part by a donation from Security Federal Savings Bank, serving its customers with 3 convenient Warren County locations.
Programming on WCS-TV is brought to you in part by a donation from Bridgestone. Bridgestone, your journey, our passion.
The reason we're having so many fires this year is drought. The entire state is under a drought watch. The drought seems to get worse as you move from northwest Tennessee to southeast Tennessee. The leaves, the branches, the trees are very, very dry at this time, and that's primarily the reason we're having so many fires. We have great partners in volunteer fire departments. They are working constantly to assist us with forest fires and grass fires. But even then, we get overcome with so many fires that we simply can't take care of all of them. So at that point, we call on the compact that we are a part of in the southeast U.S. And any state within the compact can call on other state resources when they have more fire than they can handle in-house. Sometimes we have to use air support that comes in the form of helicopters or air tankers. And we don't have those in our fleet of equipment. So we rely on the Tennessee National Guard to provide helicopters for us for dropping water. And we also rely on our partner, the U.S. Forest Service, to provide helicopters as well as air tankers. Typically that comes when lives are threatened. Sometimes firefighters can be trapped in an area, and if we have air support available to us that can respond quickly, we will call on that air support for the safety of the firefighters. Another reason we would use air support is to protect homes. When they are threatened and we simply can't stop the fire by other means, we will bring in air support to put down, again, water or retardant to keep the fire from reaching homes.
In the fall of 2013, a new career and technical education course was started at Warren County High School. In cooperation with Motlow State Community College, mechatronics was brought to WCHS. But what is mechatronics?
It's a discovery-based method of learning for electronics, pneumatics, hydraulics, and PLC programming.
What I consider mechatronics is the technology of how to make things. It's automated manufacturing, applied physics, and engineering technology.
To sum everything up, it's industrial maintenance.
What I would say mechatronics is, it's an innovative program that we are teaching at Warren County High School to prepare students to enter the workforce with the skills needed by industry in Warren County.
12 and 13 is your output address. Remember, your output address is the number that's on the side of it.
This right here? With a dual path style curriculum, mechatronics is a great option for students wishing to go straight into the workforce, as well as for students who wish to continue their education at the college level.
The initial 4 courses is what we consider our level 1 certificate program. The initial goal is to
successfully pass all 4 courses so that they can pass the Siemens exam, which they can take up at Motlow. And once they successfully can pass that, and they are certified as a level 1 maintenance technician. From here, what we encourage them to do, if they're interested and they have the capability for it, is to advance on to our level 2 program, which encompasses not only 6 core mechatronics courses that they have to take, but also different electives and other requirements that Motlow requires for an Associates of Applied Science degree.
I think the neat thing about mechatronics is that it not only can provide the student the training necessary to go directly into the workforce after graduating high school, but it can also provide the student with the necessary training plus curriculum to learn if they decide they want to continue on. If they wanted to take mechatronics here at the high school level in the 11th and 12th grade, then that would be the level 1 path. Then they could go to Motlow and get an associate's degree at Motlow, which would be the level 2. And then they could articulate onto MTSU and get the 4-year degree at MTSU with a Bachelor's of Science degree for a mechatronic engineer.
The Warren County High School Mechatronics program is the only high school program in the mid-state area with on-site mechatronics equipment.
As CT director for the Warren County school system, I had the opportunity to write a mechatronics grant, and Warren County school system and Warren County High School were lucky enough to be awarded $295,000 to be able to purchase equipment.
How do we test the outputs? What output module?
This opportunity is funded by the Citizens for Progress Scholarship, which is the tuition program that our industries in Warren County contribute to in order to provide students the opportunity to take the classes.
Just the preparation for a career. It's unbelievable. But these kids can go out and basically have a career for life. They don't have to, if they don't want to go to school anymore, they don't have to go to school anymore. You know, they're going to be financially stable. If they want to go further, and I would say it's for every kid that wants to be an engineer, whether it's industrial, electrical, mechanical, civil, because these are the basics of all engineering. And if you just like to know how things work, this is what it's all about.
I just got back with a meeting from the director of school, Bobby Cox, and the supervisors of Barozu, and I got things in order, got my application, and I've talked to them, and they have positions open on their stamping and tool and die area in their factory. And once I graduate here in June, well, once I turn 18 in June, graduate in May with my certificate, they're going to hire me on at $16.25 an hour. I'll be working either 4 10s or 3 12s, so I get 4 or 3 days off. And that's kind of where I plan to go, but I'm also going to go into Motlow and getting a level 2 associate's degree.
If you have ever been interested in working in manufacturing or any kind of engineering field, talk to your guidance counselor.
It's so important to get vaccinations and to protect yourself and to think ahead as to the ramifications without them. In 2008, my daughter, a young adult at that time, was diagnosed having common variable immunodeficiency, which affects the immune system, and she essentially can't fight off an everyday infection. The everyday cold can actually cause her to have a hospitalization. The vaccination schedule, of course, is something that you have to adhere to it. I mean, you have to if you want to have healthy children that grow up in today's society exposed to so many things, and to protect your extended family as well. Please make sure that you vaccinate your children. Find out what the schedule is, when the shots are needed, and how often they're needed. It is such an important thing that we can do for our children.